read. Give me on Bible, preferably New King James Version, and you can read. One of you can read.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth.
Okay, that is Genesis 1:1. See, it says, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. It is written heaven or heavens?
Heavens.
Okay. Plural. There itself, I mean, there is a Bible studies there. Heavens itself, okay. When he used that word, when in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth, he used the perfect creation. It was not, as many people think that it was in a different form, it emerged out of something which is incomplete. No. The first scripture clearly says it is perfect in creation. If you read Isaiah 45:18, someone can read Isaiah 45:18, Deuteronomy 32:4, Ecclesiastes 3:11. First Isaiah 45:18, Deuteronomy 32:4, Ecclesiastes 3:11, Psalms 18:30.
Psalms what? 18?
Pardon?
18:20.
18:30. Psalms 18:30. 3:0. And 2 Samuel 22:31. First we will read Isaiah 45:18. You can go home and read the other scriptures. Isaiah 45:18 if someone.
For thus says the Lord, who created the heavens, God himself, who formed the earth and made it, who established it and did not create it to be worthless waste.
Okay. He recreated it worthless and waste. When God does something, it will be perfect. Okay, when we see the second scriptures, we know that it's a perfect state. So, clearly Bible, I mean, when you want to know about God, you can't take one scripture. You have to read the other supporting scriptures. When you read all the scriptures which I have given you now, you know for sure that it was created in perfect shape and in perfect order. But what happened to Genesis 1:2? Someone can read Genesis 1:2.
It is amplified. Can I read from
Yeah, Amplified is better than New King James Version.
The earth was without form and an empty waste, and
Yeah.
darkness was upon the face of the very great deep.
Okay.
The Spirit of God was moving.
No, I think that is third verse, no?
Second.
Okay, go.
The Spirit of God was moving over the face of the waters.
Okay. New King James Version says without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep. And Amplified Version says it is waste. No? And what it is? What else it says?
Empty waste.
Empty and waste.
And darkness.
And darkness. Is it a perfect state?
No.
Suppose people say that if it is, God is in this, stages of creating from one level to another level. This is not a stage God is talking about. Here the confusion comes. Between 1 and 2 something happened which we are going to see. But many people think that the second verse is, because that Hebrew word, we are not going very deep into the Hebrew words and Greek words. We are going to just touch, few things about the creation. Hebrew word used in this second scripture is haya. This has two meanings. One is was or became. If someone takes it as was, then earth is 6,000 years old. If someone takes that meaning as became, it's millions or billions of years old. Okay, so many Bible scholars say that earth is 6,000 years old. Okay, but earth itself is not 6,000 years old. If you take from the beginning, it is millions of years, we don't know.
Human history is 6,000 years.
Yeah, of course, yeah, you're right. If you substitute this word higher in other places, it doesn't say it became. It doesn't say it was. It says it became. So we are going to conclude. Of course, we are going to see various scriptures to prove that one. Now we are going to keep it in our mind that it is millions or billions of years old, which we saw it in the other Bible study. It's a state or it's a dispensation. Dispensation can be any time. It can be from 1 minute to millions of years. It's a period of probation. So here we are just going to go assuming that it is millions of years old, but we are going to, justify why it is millions of years old. Okay. As Sister told, only the human being, the race, is 6,000 years old. No one, disagree with that. In all the other places, Hebrew word haya is used to become. To become. That meaning if you substitute that haya with was, the scriptures, it doesn't give meaning. But when you substitute with to become, how you are going to substitute in 1:2 Genesis, it makes sense in other scriptures. So, in all the other places it is used as to become, we assume here also it is become. So, when you substitute that word, what it says, the earth was without form. Instead of was, we are going to substitute the earth became without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep. So it means something happened. First was a perfect state, second was a chaos. Empty, waste, void, darkness. All these things when you see here is not a perfect state. So something from perfect state to imperfect state, something has happened. Okay, that is where we come with this pre-Adamite race. We all know that Noah's flood. But before Noah's flood, there was a flood. It was a universal flood, not like in the previous Bible study, nearly 23 points we have seen what is the difference between Noah's flood and what was Lucifer's flood. We are not going to deep into that. If you remember, you will know. Between verse 1 and 2, it was the period of another ruler. His name is called Lucifer. Okay. Millions of years before Adam's creation, Lucifer was ruling the planet Earth. I have to justify. I'm going to do with the scriptures. And he was ruling with his angelic host. Ruling what? You should have subjects to rule, no? He had moral agents to rule. Like we are all moral agents. Like we have the conscience, we can choose what is right and wrong. In the same manner, he had subjects to rule, and we call them now as demons. He was ruling. He had angels under him. He was the supreme ruler. Remember, he's supreme ruler in the sense he's a designated ruler. He is not a ruler by creation. He himself is a creation. He was given the authority to rule this subject.